Thanksgiving. Learn the Landers. Happy Thanksgiving, Mom.
Happy Thanksgiving.
We're in the kitchen today cooking with Brad. So what I'm doing is I'm going to do a venison roast. This bad boy right here. I've already got everything prepared. Stock. I like to use a smoked salt and a smoked pepper. Bourbon barrel smoked pepper. This stuff is amazing. Really brings out the flavors in your meat. I got some oregano, thyme, bay leaves, butter, some red wine, some onions, some garlic, some celery. I got russet potatoes, sweet potatoes, and some butternut squash. Obviously all that's going in the Dutch oven, this bad boy. I'll be using some olive oil as well. Let's go. So I like to liberally coat the roast with salt and pepper. We got a lot going on today. Mom's doing southern chicken and dumplings, southern style, baby. We from Alabama. You know we gotta do it right. I've got also, check this out. This is either clever as a chef or redneck from Alabama. I don't know, you tell me. But I've had this this turkey browning. I couldn't flip the bag over because it kept leaking, so I duct taped this thing to the wall. I come over and give it a little shot every now and then. Make sure everything is getting coated. So I've had that browning for about 4 hours now. You gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm opening it up, get inside. I'm gonna do all of it. Coat all of this with salt and pepper very liberally. Again, I like to use, you do whatever you like, man, as far as seasoning goes. But I love this smoked pepper and this smoked sea salt as well. Really, really. I wish I actually had a smoker. Obviously, you guys know I live in Beverly Hills, so some things aren't allowed, unfortunately. But I think I'll work it out. I just moved into this new place. I got a big patio. So hopefully I can get me at least a smoker out there. We're not supposed to have open flames, but I'll probably get by with a smoker. But anyway, in the time being, this really kind of helps bring out the flavor of the meat, but also a little smoke flavor as well. So. Important. So now I'm going to heat this. I'm going to go about 2 tablespoons. Oil. I like olive oil. You can use vegetable oil. So we're going to let that get pretty hot. Once that gets warm, I'm going to dump the butter in there. I got unsalted butter, as you see I got it softened. So I'm gonna get that in there and let everything get hot. Then I'm gonna brown this roast. Keep flipping, roast everything, or brown everything rather. And then once I get that done, I'm gonna put it over here to this, kind of set it on this plate, let it rest. I'm gonna do onions, garlic, brown those guys and everything. Put the roast back in and the dump back on what's in. So I've got, I'm gonna do quarts of beef stock. I'd really like to have some game stock. You gotta make do with what you got. And this is some dry red wine. That's gonna go in there next. We'll dump everything in. I'm gonna throw it in the oven. It's been preheating for 300 degrees. Boom. And I'm gonna let that go for about 3 hours. Money. Alright, just got the butter and the oil. Good to go. Let's brown this meat, baby. bad, huh? Alright, we got the roast browned. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain this excess fat. And then we're going to add the onions and garlic. Here we go. Alright, let's do onions. Onion. Do this onion. It's kind of hard to do this one hand while I hold the camera, but we're going to make it happen. What you want to do is you want to let these things cook. I got more to add. You want to let these things cook, you know, until they get translucent, about 5 minutes. Then we're going to add the garlic, the whole cloves. I got like 12 cloves in there. And then we're going to let those guys, everything cook down. And then we'll put the roast back on. I'm going to add the stock and the wine at that point. Kind of let that reduce down for a minute. And into the oven we go for about 2.5 hours. And then I will add the potatoes, the celery, and the squash. You can use carrots too as well instead of butternut squash. Kind of been a recall with the carrots, and one of the reasons why I chose to go with butternut squash. It's a good alternative. And I just like the flavor really of the squash too. So. You know, it's all complexities, right? We've got the sweetness with the sweet potatoes. Even though it's a dry wine, it's still going to bring out, obviously, it's grape based, right? So it's going to bring out the acidity, but also the sweetness in the meats and everything else that we're adding. And you got, obviously, a lot of salt for savory, the herbs, and all these things. So it's all about balance, right? So that's what we're going for. But you want to add, here you go. You got these little bits of the roast in there too. You've got still this is some bits of the pepper and the salt and everything going to cook down together. One of my favorite smells in the world is cooking onions. So aromatic, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful smell. Makes me hungry. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? 2 more minutes for those guys, and we'll add the garlic. Meat comes back on. We'll splash in the stock and the wine. Again, let that kind of reduce down for a minute. And then we're on our way to a beautiful, self-harvested Thanksgiving dinner. Can't beat that, baby. Alright, so cook these onions down. You see how translucent and cooked down they are. I got these, the garlic cloves cooked down pretty good too. What I did is I added a little bit of stock and wine. And I scrape this bottom and really get those brown bits up and everything. I'm gonna let that kind of cook down for a minute. Really adds a lot of flavor to the stock, to the base, to the sauce, to everything. You gotta really get those, I'm telling you, makes a world of difference. Get those brown bits out. Get everything in the bottom of that pan, scrape it up, mix it back in with everything. Now I'm gonna reapply the roast. Now I'm gonna put all the herbs in, stock, the wine. What's gonna happen when you got might not take both. That's pretty good right there. Now herbs. Just gonna kind of dump these guys on there. And then we'll kind of work them in. bada bing, bada boom. 2.5 hours. Take back in. See you later. Little bonus thing here. Not wild turkey, but Thanksgiving I had made an herb butter, homemade herb butter, rosemary, sage, thyme, some garlic, some minced garlic. Obviously unsalted butter because with the brine and every other thing that I'm doing with the turkey, it's already got a lot of sodium base to it. So anyway, I got it stuffed inside with apples and lemons. So I'm gonna let this, I've had it brining for hours. And then I'm gonna let that obviously cook for 3.5 hours. But you can't have Thanksgiving without turkey, baby. Let's go. About 4 hours later, let's end this video, let's cap it off. We've had a lot going on. Me and Mom's been doing hard work in the kitchen. People just showed up. Final result, here we go. Let me get a ladle. Let's get a ladle and kind of stir it around a little bit. This is just gonna fall apart. It's gonna fall apart. The smell is amazing. The look is amazing. It's gonna be amazing. It's a simple recipe. Obviously, it's Thanksgiving. I do this every year, actually, a roast, venison roast, as long as I harvest, right? November's been good to me, past few years. But if you don't have that peekaboo. It doesn't have to be Thanksgiving, obviously. It's an easy recipe to do any dinner, any night. Impress your ladies, impress your boys. Let's go. Learn the land, baby. Cook it with Brad. Appreciate you.